Check. Check, 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 check.
Stay. Keep looking until you've been found. but I do not mind. It's the pulse of my heartbeats, sharp and refined. Oh, the triangle weird and wide. Just open your eyes, you'll see the stop short, but don't say why. I guess you never had it. You some folks are too high, and some fools are too low to cry. You left your line some miles ago, trailing behind to show up in your disguise. Embrace some sign will fall short, it takes so long, and 10 tethers pull with every motion. Hopped up on someone's song, some lines just never let out. You stop short, but don't say why. I guess you never had it in you. Some folks are too high.
Can you hear me? Or okay?
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
everything okay there?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're getting ready to start here, everybody. Go ahead and talk, Shannon. Sure.
Okay. You need to make sure my mic levels are still appropriate. I take it
Yeah.
something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
We've been doing this for this will be week 4.
Week
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 4,
four.
yeah.
Week 4. And I'm still rough at this.
well,
Well, maybe we need to do a practice run or something.
A practice run.
Yeah.
You mean let's just do the show?
yeah, that's pretty much how it happens.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
okay.
Practice runs.
Prac-
Practice runs. What
No,
do we look like people who are prepared for shit?
no.
To,
Uh,
mm, hey, there I am. I need to pause that and not.
Yeah, having
hey.
a feedback loop would be not good.
Well, it's
well, it's delayed.
yeah, it's delayed, like from what I just saw, about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Jeez.
Yeah, life goes on.
Jesus of pizzas.
You,
Jesus of pizzas.
Jesus of pizzas.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Holy salami. Oh,
Pepperoni and sausage.
pepperoni of the sausage.
that sounds more.
What, Roman Catholic?
No.
That's what I was going for. I was going for more of a Roman Catholic, like, chantiness people. Does that exist?
No. Well, it does exist. It is a thing, but
Mhm.
to me, it was sounding more like the call to prayer thing.
I
call to
kind of
prayer
understood what
thing.
he was
Yeah.
thinking. So, but then again,
call to prayer thing.
Muslim call to prayer.
None of that
it's-
sounds like
I was
trying to
totally
think what
getting
the-
the Roman Catholic thing. But then again,
yeah.
I know
I was thinking
him,
more.
so-
Yeah, like Roman. I'm trying to think like what do Muslim countries speak? It's not Muslim.
No,
It's
Arabic.
It's Arabic. Yeah,
That's just a group
it's just a
of
container.
languages. It's like Anglo
Like
or
cheese
Saxon or
or mozzarella.
no, mozzarella would be too specific.
Oh,
It would
So
just be
cheese
like
is good.
cheese.
it's like
yeah.
cheese.
Yeah.
So-
Or dairy. Even go one step further
So
back.
Muslims are like dairy
Right?
or dairy products.
Just like saying someone's Christian instead of saying they're Roman Catholic or something like that.
So they're like runny cheese.
You're maybe getting yourself in some trouble there, depending on
Really?
We've got
Muslims are
what,
good at-
3 listeners?
Yeah. One of them's irate Muslim right now. Just running. I don't know. They're just running in my mind. I don't know. They have a knife and the babushka haircut head thing.
Turban.
Is it a turban?
Turban. So a babushka
Yeah.
is what an old Russian grandma wears.
Why couldn't it be both? They got them from Russia anyways.
Depending on where.
In the 80s, they got them from the Russians
Afghanistan
and the
did.
CIA.
Afghanistan did.
Right.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. My laptop is like just
Hot?
super duper hot. Like,
Do you need the fan out of? You already stole one fan from me.
yeah.
The little red one.
Don't you know, Shannon? My job in life is to steal things from you.
Oh,
Haven't you picked up on that
what
yet?
it is?
I just steal stuff from you all the time.
So is that why there's never toilet paper in the bathroom?
No, there's plenty of toilet paper. There's
no,
enough
there's
toilet
toilet paper.
There's enough toilet paper in the bathroom that we could like just run around TPing everybody.
We could
we
make
could
Bill a
TP
Mummy.
Yes, and we could still TP the entire apartment complex.
Yes.
All the complex?
Yes.
Most of it.
At least
Just,
one.
we'll leave one
At least
building
one
clear, but not
At
this
least
one.
one lake out of the two.
So
It's Costco epicness of we've got toilet paper
Right,
now.
we can toss one loaf per tree.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's only like 4 trees, so we're good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's not many trees in this. Like on the like perimeter, I guess there's trees, but like spread throughout it, there's like 4.
There's a whole. Well, there's a lot on the other end, and there's like one that's right outside our apartment.
That's my point. There's
Yeah.
4 trees. There's the 3 are down there, and there's one over here.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful that way. Glorious.
Trees.
Trees. They
Trees.
taste like chocolate. What?
They taste great when you put cheese on them.
Cheese on trees?
Broccoli.
I don't hang people from trees. That's racist.
Cheese on.
Come on, stick with the Muslim idea.
Oh, you
yeah.
are gonna get
Well,
somebody pissed at you.
You're going to
Why?
hell.
Why would that be?
Well, I already
Really?
knew that.
Now?
I already
It's
knew
confirmed
that.
now. Now
Yeah.
it's happening. Before it was all
It was up in the
air.
air. You
Right.
know.
now
Yeah.
totally.
Yup.
Mm.
Yup.
Oh. Yeah. In him, with him, and through him, forever and ever.
Cheese whiz. Oh.
And chicken wings.
And chicken wings too. You can never have enough chicken wings.
Yeah. Cheese whiz and chicken wings.
Right. Shannon thinks because it's a thing I've been saying for about 3,000-4,000 years.
Yeah.
So-
chicken wings.
Whiz. I like chicken wings. Don't get me wrong, but cheese whiz, really?
Is Velveeta better? 'Cause-
It's the
No,
same
it's
thing.
not.
It's the exact same thing except in a block.
Ah.
Although you could probably render someone unconscious with that block. Like if you just whipped it at
Bam.
someone's head, boom, to the ground.
No,
There-
it's too spongy.
no. You ever been hit with like a really big ruler? Not a ruler. Really big like eraser? Like somebody ever had one of those really big like, and it says like super jumbo mega stupid eraser.
dildo?
It's almost like a dildo, but it's made of eraser material. And I
Like-
wouldn't
like-
shove it in any vagina or asshole or whatever mouth, whatever rocks your boat. But I don't want to leave like little shavings. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't want to
point is-
race.
The
Yeah.
point is, Shannon's like, I don't want to race her in my.
Ugh.
Rubber burn.
Ah.
You're gonna break me yet.
Oh.
Oh.
I think that's
Wrong
my
button.
objective each time is to see how many times I can break you throughout the night. The last time it was great. It was 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you just admit to your goals to break my wife?
Yes.
You know, he's not the
Son
only
of a
one that does this. When I go to Chicago and I'm
Because you
hanging out
turn
with
red.
Yeah.
You literally
with all
turn
of-
red.
all of the guys that I work with, and like I'll just start laughing, and the worst that it got was I almost couldn't breathe.
Right.
You play along with it and you add to it. So it's not like you're
I
the
don't
type
get.
that runs away from it and is like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I.
And so that's why we antagonize her more?
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't
Like,
make
I'm
sense.
doing the same thing for you. And when Lisa's here, man, I always try to get her to make the dolphin sounds.
Oh God,
The dolphins?
her squeaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She laughs so hard she squeaks.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, she does.
she does.
What are you talking about? I've never heard it in my life.
Bullshit.
Crazy talk, you people. I think I
That's
just broke my mic. There we go.
Yeah.
That was great. If
I hiccuped and burped at the same time.
Ooh.
well, I mean,
Good
it
thing
could have
there
been
wasn't any
worse.
other gas
Yeah,
accumulator
yeah.
there.
No kidding. That
Hiccup,
could have
burp,
been-
fart, and then vomit everywhere. Just
Oh,
you couldn't fall though. Because normally when
You
someone's
have to do
that
the
fucked
hanging.
up,
yeah.
they're like, "Ah, I'm burping and farting and vomiting. Ah. Normally the next thing is like, then they fall
down.
right on their face.
Yeah,
At least that's not happening. To
yeah.
So,
I'm not gonna fall on my
When
face.
you're doing all those things at the same time, is that generally like food poisoning or the Ebola?
The bola,
The Ebola.
the Taco Bell bola.
Oh God.
Why is that not a thing?
I used
Some Taco Bell exec is like, give me that product now. And it's like a bowl.
'Cause
And it's just beans and more beans and then more beans. And then like 2 chips and then a little bit of lettuce, then more beans
And
to cover everything.
throwing some TVP to make it add a little texture.
I don't know what TVP is.
Textured vegetable protein. Their beef stuff that they got in trouble for using too much of in their meat.
That's probably the part. That
What's it
actually makes
made
me
of?
Sick.
Soy?
It can be soy. It's a catch-all thing.
It's catch-all. Lips. People.
Anything
Small
that is
children.
vegetable.
Oh, it's a vegetable. It has to be made of a vegetable.
Hence the name, textured vegetable protein.
I wasn't really listening to you, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the bottom of your shoe and I see Australia, and then I saw the bottom of Africa, and then I see the bottom of South America.
Yes. Let me check the other side. Hey, there's the top.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
His shoes got,
Oh.
but I saw the front of Australia on the bottom of his shoe, and I'm like,
I mean,
wow.
that's all kind of cool and all, but it's
I
not
live
very good for
here.
referencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live here.
Welcome
I
to
live
Michigan.
I
Now
live in
can
the
point
bottom of my shoe.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, sir, you'll always be with yourself on Earth or some kind of bullshit.
You'll
Yeah.
always be right there. Wherever you are. That's where
Why does this sound like a really badly made American Express commercial?
no matter,
No matter where you travel,
you're always there.
you're always there.
Yeah.
American Express. Then you just gotta have some like Chinese kid running through big cities, like Paris, and then tripping through Bangladesh because he can't see anything through the smog. And then in LA, tripping through things because he can't see through the smog.
And then through Hong Kong.
Right. And
where you can
tripping
see
on
everything.
tripping over people because you can't see anything. And there's just a shitload of people.
Yeah.
Right.
But Beijing, that's where, there's the smog. And
Oh,
all
is
the
Beijing
people.
the smoggy one?
Yeah.
And Hong Kong's just the one where everyone's having the world's largest protest that no one's talking about anymore?
Right.
So effective.
So they kind of I wouldn't say they got in trouble, but
They got in trouble.
the people
saying
that
are you
around
trying to tell
them,
me the Chinese are being unreasonable?
they're not cutting them off like they did for the Tiananmen Square thing. They're not like obliterating the people.
Right. They haven't
Doing
rolled
that
tanks yet. Yet.
Is a
They've
keyword
moved
yet.
on past that a little bit. Now they just wait for them to go home, then they follow them, black bag them, and shove them in a hole.
Oh.
They're not going to do something out in the open like they did in Tiananmen Square.
Oh, just wait. They'll do it. Blah.
Maybe.
Or
I
this
don't
is
know.
wait until they force the election through and then this just got really political really quickly.
Yeah.
Talking about Muslims as cheese, and now we're on like Hong Kong is a very serious topic. We need to talk about this as if we're not crazy. Cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz, folks. And the hunk.
I'm going to drink my nice beer now.
Is that in contrast to
Cheese Whiz?
to your
Yes.
Cheese Whiz? What's wrong with Cheese Whiz? It tastes like salt. It looks like yellow. What's wrong with it?
It tastes
like
like salt.
It comes
and
out of
yellow,
and it's entertaining. You got to hold a little thing and go, and you can make little shapes. You can make little Batmans.
Ready Whip. I can totally see this. But Cheese Whiz, really, man?
I don't know what Ready Whip is. Is that like
The
the,
can-
the
the
canned
canned
whip with
Whipped
the
cream.
with nitrous oxide in it and the wee.
this is like frosting.
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream. Yeah.
In the can.
How is that any different than the Cheese Whiz?
Uh,
Is the whipped
other
cream
than
thing not-
flavor, texture, and the film that it leaves in your mouth? I don't know.
Well, I don't just eat Cheese Whiz. I mean, well, maybe as a kid. I think every kid sees a can of Cheese Whiz and they're like, stuff comes out of this when I bend this. And then they
You're-
figure the
you're
reference out
thinking
later.
of canned cheese. Cheese Whiz is something completely different.
Cheese Whiz can come in a jar
Oh.
or a can.
Cheese Whiz is like Velveeta.
What am I thinking of then?
You're thinking of canned cheese. The
Isn't it
stuff-
called Cheese Whiz?
No.
Cheese. So the Cheese Whiz stuff that comes in a jar does also come in an aerosol can.
Hey, I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, you're thinking of the little things you put on crackers and you write like your name.
Yeah, I totally want a bunch of those right now.
Aerosol cheese.
Yes. What's wrong with aerosol cheese? It has all
Wait,
of
stop,
the
stop.
all of the
What
salt
did
of
you
yellow.
just say?
What's wrong with cans of cheese?
Is that still the? It
That
tastes
is a
like
perfectly
salt and
legit-
it's yellow.
It tastes like
Right.
yellow.
It tastes like yellow. And there's the entertainment. You can go onto crackers.
So what flavor is yellow?
Tastes like
Is
something.
that like American cheese? It's like yellow. Oh.
What's wrong with American? I like American cheese.
I will
I
eat
like
American
cheese general.
cheese.
Let's just put that way.
I'll eat American cheese on hamburgers.
Okay.
But like if I were gonna have a ham and cheese sandwich, it needs to be like cheddar or Kobe Jack or Swiss or
You're
provolone.
very damn picky
Something
about
like
your
that.
cheeses.
Yes.
She likes real
I like
cheese
real
instead
cheese
of dairy products.
instead of American cheese. I do not like the taste just straight up of like American cheese on a cold sandwich. I don't like it.
What about grilled cheese sandwich?
Grilled cheese sandwich is okay.
That's the only way I can do
Or on
See,
or
this-
on a cheeseburger.
I think the problem I'm having here is, like colors, I know none of the differences between the cheese. Really, I know nothing I know about like this is magenta. Oh no, this is red. Or this is slightly another red. That's kind of my definition of I'm having the same thing with cheese. It's like this cheese, this is cheese, and then this is cheese that's a little bit watery and I won't touch it because it smells like feet. So that's kind of like how I look at cheese. I don't really like this is American cheese and provolone, and this one has like small pieces of child in it. No, I don't quantify these things. Is there children cheese? Because that
there is
sounds disgusting.
there is head cheese,
And like there's a market.
which is amazingly disgusting.
What is head cheese? No, never mind.
I'm not talking for money. I'm talking about like when they process a cow or a pig.
I like
Take
how you've used the word
head.
process instead of slaughtered or killed or.
Well, this is after all it's done.
Okay, so they
So it is
this is
processed.
so they
taking
pull
the
up a
leftovers.
process gun and they blow its brains out, but then they scrape that off the floor to make cheese out of it.
They use a bolt gun generally that just like shoots a French long
Bolt?
down into the animal's skull.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I buy one of those?
Yes, you can.
Nice. How much? Oh, let's see. Bolt guns.
Yeah.
No.
They'll never catch me because no one would be like, "How the hell did he die? His head's crushed."
Why is there a 1/4 inch hole or
Right.
3/4 inch hole in his head?
Right. And then there'll be one CSI smart guy who's like, "'Cause that's a bolt gun." Blah blah
And
blah.
it's
blah.
not a bullet.
Then you
it's
got
a
to cut
bolt
to the
gun.
intro that's like 20 minutes long, just like showing lab equipment slowly rolling past the camera in blue light. With the credits underneath it going the other direction.
Oh.
See, I know how to make a show. I'll make a show.
So they take this head.
Oh, sorry. I'm
they
talking about the most
boil it.
disgusting cheese ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not really cheese.
Cheese.
It's more of a sandwich spread looking thing. I don't know. So they boil this head down so it cooks the brains, eyes, and the skin,
Oh.
nose, and the everything.
So it all just kind of like falls out of the remainder of the skull.
Then
Okay.
they take the skull out and they pitch it, and
So this is
whatever's
any
left
kind of
here is
roadkill soup, basically.
pretty
Okay.
much.
Ew.
Want some squirrel?
People put this head cheese on their sandwich with some American
Who are
cheese.
these people? Like, who's generally doing this?
You can get it at the Hispanic store. You used to be able to get it at the Polish store and the Lithuanian store here in Grand Rapids.
So
Wow.
desperate is the word. The word.
Is it cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I kind of want to get some just to try it. I
Oh.
kind of do, honestly.
Oh, so you've had worse,
Now I don't because Craig's like,
you've had worse things in our cooler.
We have.
Didn't you tell me when you were filming something that they had like
I had
cows-
cow eyeballs and stuff. Cow-
in,
That's
yeah.
not bad. It's just
Uh,
an eye.
I cannot bring myself to eat brains. I've had eyes like for fish. If you go to Asian countries, the eyes are left for the person who's like for fish.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Tell me
that's-
more about this horrifying story. Okay.
So
So they deliver the eyes to the table.
no, they bring the whole fish out.
I take it
and
it's
a
for
whole
like
fish.
the
the guest of honor. You get to
okay, eat the
grab the little
eyes.
toothpick thing and
Eat the eye.
Eat the eye.
Is it rude to not eat the eye?
Yes.
Well, then I guess I'm
It's
gonna
like
be rude in
it's
Asia.
the rude like
I-
you don't rub your chopsticks together in front of a chef. Like when we go for sushi and you do that, that's actually very rude to them.
Okay, I'll try and not be rude next time. I'll just get up, excuse myself to the bathroom. Well, I will do it in a stall.
Yeah, because
So
I want to
and
bring a
then
camera.
yeah.
If it's a multi-stall bathroom, I'm hoping anyway. Bring a camera in there, see Bill walk into one of the stalls, and you're
Right. What are you doing? I'm being very respectful.
I'm
getting
touching I'm rubbing my bamboo together.
I'm rubbing my sticks together. Yes, bamboo is a much better. Yeah, yeah. And then I'll come back and I'll punch him right in the face, and I'll be like, "I'm not being rude," and I'll sit down and then be arrested for assault.
Yeah.
I just came here for sushi. I wasn't trying to be rude. As I'm arrested.
So you've seen how those guys can use a knife, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point, but they won't be expecting me to punch them. Right? I mean, I can't imagine somebody who's like at a sushi bar doing sushi work, and then all of a sudden someone punches them. I can imagine
so you've
they're
got
doing
the
the
element
sushi.
of surprise, but they've got the big sharp knife that they're well.
Got to make the first one count then. Right.
That's right.
Right. We're learning some techniques here. So punch the first guy, and
And
I'm
run
really
like
not good at running. I'll dump over tables and chairs as I go. Well, that
Did you say dump or jump?
I said dump, but
Okay.
I could do both. I could jump over the table, very like 1970s, slide across the hood of a car. I'm gonna get caught and killed. It's just basically what's gonna happen here.
Oh,
Craig just doesn't want me to fight sushi people.
no.
I don't want you
I
to fight
like you,
sushi
Bill. I don't
people.
want you to die.
I like you. I don't want you to be stabbed a whole lot.
Yeah.
Or filleted.
Filleted.
It's-
I don't know that
it's-
that would happen.
It's Bill Fugu.
No.
You gotta cut around all the dead. I'm just dead inside.
It's
Aw.
all dead.
It's all
inside.
dead.
It's all-
I'm all dead inside.
Oh, man.
No,
No.
no. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So you know what he is inside, huh?
Squishy?
Yeah, I'm made of that pink stuff from McDonald's. Formed into a human body.
He's made of pre-chicken nuggets.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Aren't we all?
No.
I bet McDonald's is gonna, if it got bad enough, McDonald's will be like chicken human nuggets. Yeah, human nuggets. And then we'll call it Soylent Green.
Ew.
Yum. What about Soylent Orange?
I don't remember I don't know that they ever tell you what any of the other ones are made out of. So I just remember Charlton Heston like, it's made of people. And then this the funniest scene of the whole thing is the bodies are wrapped in like white. By the way, spoilers.
Spoilers.
For a 40-year-old movie.
Hey, if
50
you don't know,
old
some guy
movie.
could like see it in Netflix. He's like, next week I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Never gets to it. Anyway, they're wrapped in like kind of like mummies, and they're like going up a conveyor belt, and then they go into, I guess, what is supposed to be like the blender or the processor, but they're stiff the whole time. So it's like rigor mortis is definitely a thing, but at the same time, they're not made out of steel. Human bodies will kind of not stiff over the cliff. Bye.
Stiff over the cliff, huh?
Yeah, stiff over the cliff. That used to be my nickname in college until it was called not really.
Yeah. Until it turned into limp over the cliff.
Shannon's just like, I'm such Mr. Limpy. That's what they called me. No, no one called me anything in college.
No.
I
No, you
was not
didn't
even
hardly go to
referenced.
college enough to get called anything.
What? Exposing all of my secrets?
No, I got to go twice, so I
You
got
went
enough
for
for
both
both
of
of
us.
us.
He only went twice, huh?
Well, she has 2 degrees.
I have 2 degrees.
No, the difference is she finished twice.
I finished twice.
All right.
Oh, okay. That
The first time in 4 years, and the second time in 3.
So the next time she goes back to school, it'll be for 2.
I'd say at that point, it's like I'd think I would consider going for a master's if I were going to go back. But I know going from interior design to computer science, it's not like I could just get a master's in computer
I
science.
kind of want you to get a
you gonna tell-
doctorate in computer science. I kind of want you to.
just because then I can be Dr.
You could be
Holmes.
Dr. Jones.
Paging Dr. Jones.
And I could just be the hot co-star. I can't think of any of the other names of any of the women characters in Indiana Jones. Elsa Schneider. Elsa.
I have no idea.
Too bad there's not a wealth of information at our fingertips.
I would do that, but my computer, I'm afraid it'll just melt into a puddle and just slink to the floor at this point.
My phone's up on the top of the bookcase.
I do have my phone, I guess. I could use.
So can we see what you can see or no? Are we just going to be in the dark here?
You guys are in the dark.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I should spend some money and buy things like another microphone.
So I don't have to have the little wireless lob
and maybe some headphones and a headphone amp. But I'm very lazy. So nope. I don't know.
What would it take to be able to plug into this massive projector up there?
The white cable that's in the box over there, that is an HDMI cable. I don't know that you'd be able to see it with all the lighting in here, though.
It gets washed out pretty bad when he turns on.
I have to turn on all the lights so you people look beautiful.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm sitting on
compared
couch.
with like dark pixelated gobbledygook because there's no light in here.
These are the shadows of my friend.
Right. That's what we should do. We should change the whole show format so it's just silhouettes, like MST3K, the radio show.
Oh God. That's almost funny.
It could totally be a radio show because it's just the silhouette outline against the movie.
And to be meta, we'll chroma key in a good shot of us, like colored behind it. So it's us silhouetted in front of us. Yeah. It's very meta.
Yeah.
And stupid. And wasting money.
Well, how much is software to do that? Live, probably quite a bit.
Probably. I don't know. Probably millions of dollars.
I was going to say, if you just did it as, I would say, a layer that at least if you had a static image to begin with, that wouldn't be so bad.
I have Adobe Live. I'm sure it does crap like that. But then my computer, again, would turn into a pile of like slag and just
crap.
So you'd need a rendering machine.
Right. I'll look over at Shannon. Come on, Shannon.
Do you need
all the money?
All the money.
Do I need your laptop? Your laptop's worse off. Your laptop, I could make toast on.
What?
You could fry an egg on my laptop.
It's like one of the first i7 laptops.
Okay.
So like this is, I think, second or third generation i7. So it's a little cooler. Shannon's is literally like she puts a fan blowing into it because if she doesn't, it just turns off.
Does it intake from the bottom and blow to the side?
Point is, it needs a fan.
Yeah.
To like
it needs to move.
The point is like on the left hand side of the keyboard, like the fan input is. It has gotten so hot that I touched it and it felt almost burning.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable to use it. Like when she was in school, we would turn the living room into coding central.
Yeah, code central.
So there'd be all kinds of college-y kids with their things, and I'd be being Professor Bill. Like, no, you need to do this, and then the code needs to go up. In reference, like I'm teaching them how to do Java code. Don't know a damn thing about Java code when I'm teaching them this. That shows you how talented and skilled I am. Yeah. That I don't know a damn thing about Java. I'm like, no, take that out of here and put this here, and then move this over here. If I'd only known then what I know now, we could have been so much better.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
if I'd only known now what I knew, what I had known then,
right? Yeah. Fucking time machine, give me one.
But the thing is that I'd have my laptop sitting on a stool and connected to the projector, and it'd get hot.
It would get uncomfortable to type at.
So I have a little desk fan that I have that blows into where the air vents are, and that makes it cool enough that I can actually use it.
For the stupidest reasons, it works. But you would think, oh, what the hell is a little fan going to make any kind of difference? It does, and then the thing works. So,
have you blown out the inside, or has it been like that since day one?
Day one,
really?
It's gotten worse over time.
So yeah, it might.
But it's still got to the point of being so hot that I think you could cook an egg on it.
Right.
Okay.
It's literally like if you close the lid and just let it sit there, and then like come in like, oh, I got to type something. Open it up, and it's like, holy shit. Am I branded? Oh my god, HP.
Yeah. And the really funny thing was I had an HP before that.
Yeah.
This is I was gonna say I keep looking at the clock because you say usually about 20 minutes you have to break because of the camera.
Let's just go until the camera goes click.
Okay.
Click.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pavilion. Was that an i7 too, or was that
No,
before
it was
i7?
some AMD
Anyway,
chip.
it got so hot that it actually desoldered the motherboard from the video card.
Yeah, the video chip would break the solder.
Really?
And I was actually, the first time that it happened, I was down in Texas and I went to turn it on, pushed the power button, and then nothing happened. Like the screen was like,
That's not true. It comes up and goes.
Oh,
You turn it on.
yeah.
That's it. Like that's your error code.
And I'm like, and I'm freaking out because like everything that I'd done
Right.
up to that point, which granted I wasn't in school, but all of my like personal documentation and all that fun stuff.
but you're in Texas, so you could just go to the HP corporate there and just swap one out, right?
You know how big Texas is?
Yeah. And well, I was visiting friends, not the point, but so I brought it back,
Right.
and I spent 2 hours taking it apart to get it down to the motherboard. We put it in the oven for like
30 minutes or something.
10 minutes
10,
or something.
Whatever.
Really high heat to reflow all the solder.
There went the camera.
Okay.
You can keep talking. I'll just change cameras to my glorious face.
Just
2 hours later of me putting every screw back, push the power button, turn back on, and it was fine.
Right.
It was a ticking time bomb after that because you never knew
when
it would happen again.
Yeah, like every 6 months, it would just.
So you'd refill it and
Pretty much. But over time, the first time was the hardest because it's like, where are all the screws?
Right.
Because there's a shit ton of screws.
So the fifth time, you're like, oh, fuck it.
Well,
I don't need that screw. I don't need that screw.
By the fifth
By
time,
the fifth time, Bill had it, and progressively we'd had more and more screws left over. Whereas the first time when I did it, there's no screws left.
Oh, humble brag.
Yes, damn straight.
Humble brag. I pull all the screws back, Bill. Bill, you can pull all the screws back.
Bill, you don't know how to screw anything.
I don't. I'm a Japanese man.
So,
I can't even reach.
so,
Anyways.
so it was at that point I replaced it with the one that I have. When I did start school, because I knew I was going to need to have something, I had it laying around, and we ended up giving it to our
Tyler.
nephew.
And then the end result is I refilled the game way too hot, and chips on the back of it fell off.
I thought that you also blew up the lithium battery.
I did that too. I forgot to take the
battery
lithium battery
out of it.
But that was the burn before the last one. Yeah, I forgot to put
take the battery out.
It was like
the F it all in the flames you go.
No, I fixed it. The battery just exploded. So it just went.
So you put a new battery in,
battery
it's fine. But yeah, when he did
it's just lithium. As long as you don't pour water all over it, you'll be fine.
I think that the time you did it, that it fell apart was because you'd been using our oven and you were at your sister's.
And I tried it at their house.
You tried it at their house.
The oven is like 100 degrees. Okay, I got 100 degrees. That's no problem. 200 degrees. That's no problem. 300 degrees. You mean 5 million degrees? Yeah. And so it just burns everything. It's the best oven ever for making charcoal.
Yeah. So at that point, it was dead. But yeah, we replaced I broke the I think it was a period key off of that one.
Yeah, you're a tyrannical typer.
Oh, you should see my board now.
No,
she need one of the big IBM clicky keyboards or
no, the clicky would probably
she just needs like gloves that are made out of rubber that just go on the fingers.
I'll show you my
instead
like, do you want to have a break and are you gonna
let's take a little break so I can bring the main camera back up, and I don't know, I could put some more of my beverages into my beverages.
Your night coffee?
My night coffee. Although I've got a story about that when we come back. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Woo! Yeah, we're back.
Hey.
And in theory, Shannon could still be part of the show, even though she's
In the
recording things in the other room. Maybe not. Maybe she turned her mic back off and it's not working. Oh. Well, there's the problem.
It's sitting right here.
Oh. Well, why'd you take off? I understand. I have the same problem.
Do you have to click things in your pants often, though?
All the time. There. Well, it'll give me an opportunity to change the resolutions and play with things. The resolution. Because Shannon was showing off her keyboard of like abuse.
Why is it the keyboard of abuse?
She beats the living shit out of keyboards.
Well, this one's just
the keyboard is not that old. It's like 4 days old.
No, it's not. It's probably a year. But the space bar is worn smooth, and some of the keys are getting.
I mean, I've never. Okay, maybe you're different, Craig. Maybe you're different. Do you wear the letters off keyboards?
Yes, I do.
Both of you need to like learn respect for keyboards.
Well, yeah, like I said,
They're consumable.
My original keyboard, when I was playing EverQuest, I put geek moment. I put crescent shapes in from my nails.
Yeah.
So most of the home row and like all of the vowels had like crescent shapes in them from my nails because I was typing so much on there, but I also wore the letters off.
It doesn't make it. I've never worn out a keyboard.
I learned how to type on a real honest to God keyboard or on an honest to God typewriter.
Right.
And I had to type like whole Word documents, and I couldn't have more than like 5 mistakes in a whole like 10-page document.
So maybe
like
you too, Craig? Did you learn a typewriter?
No, I learned on an IBM Series M.
Like a 5150.
Yeah. Same keyboard.
So both of you.
I don't have. I have to look at the output. Like if I'm writing an email, I have to look at the screen where I'm typing, or if I'm on my instant message, I have to look at what I'm typing.
Sure.
And I use 99% of the normal keystrokes, except I've found over time that when I shift, I always use my left pinky, no matter what it is. So if I have to do
your control key?
Huh?
Where's your control key?
Left side.
I don't have any control.
So, but I don't use the right for much of anything. But if I have to do an A, I'm using my pinky and then I'm using my ring finger, which is a little weird, but
maybe the real difference is
because you're supposed to, if you're using the letters on your left hand, you're supposed to use a shift key on your right.
I'm back in the type class. I just want to get the fuck out of it.
I never had a typing class.
Yeah. No, that was the way we were supposed to do it, but I found over time that was easier for me. Bill is a hunt and pecker.
I kind of am, but not like
he has to see the keys, which like one of the big selling features for this laptop was it has a backlit keyboard.
Yeah.
It sounds bad. Like Bill's a hunkin' pecker. Is that what you said?
A hunky pecker?
A hunt and pecker.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, but the reality is, I just have this fucked up way that I put my fingers on a keyboard. Because the reality is, I've done a lot of AutoCAD work in my life, as you can tell from my rigorous physique and terrible muscle structure. Anyways. So I have this like weird hand like layout because that lets me type the commands in AutoCAD while I'm keep one hand on the mouse while I'm typing in draw lines or change options or whatever the fucking case might be. Anyways, so learning to type was never really a critical part for me, but like I can still type like 60 words a minute. So it's not like a problem. It's not like I'm like, where's that A? Oh, there it is. L.
What would you say your keyboard to mouse ratio is? Like
I want this as a real figure. Like I want scientists to like keyboard to mouse ratios.
Because I'm in a terminal all day for work. Okay. I'm a Unix admin for anyone who's not in the know. I spend most of my day in one of 6 terminals.
Right.
So I type a lot.
Sure.
I go through keyboards. That's just how it is.
That's just how it goes.
Every year I get a new keyboard. And they're more of the shitty little Dell shallow keyboard.
Yeah. Well, I've had a fair share of keyboards But the reality is because I just, I don't know. I collect them. Look again. I type. Maybe it's like I type.
Is that
my
like you
stuff.
collect monitors?
I used to. I threw.
We had
out,
3, like the big CRT monitors that were just
they're
kind
like
of
tribbles,
floating.
man.
Or power cables.
Those I have about 20 million.
Yeah.
But no, there for a while I had like 10 keyboards because I would build a computer and it's like, oh, well,
It came with a
with your
keyboard.
purchase of this case, we
get
throw in a
a
free
keyboard.
keyboard. Yay!
With your purchase of this case, we get rid of a keyboard.
Right.
Here you go.
Exactly. So I'd have like 10 million keyboards. And they were all fine. And then one day, I don't know if I did it or you did it. I was like, fuck these keyboards. I'm throwing them away.
I think that was you because I think it was the same time that you finally threw away the CRT monitor.
Right.
You
mean I disposed of them properly in a safe and environmental way?
With the Kent County
I.e.
hazmat
throw them into a
waste that's
dumpster
like
going, fuck,
3
I'm
blocks away.
right.
Uh-huh.
No, I would never do that. I just pick them up and throw them in dumpsters and go, a new home for you.
Kent County hazmat place,
Hazmat.
hazardous pickup.
Hazmat.
It's on 44th.
Hazmat.
and-
What's
yeah.
hazard is in it?
Other than lead, cadmium,
There's probably
there's
mercury in there.
bromides, mercury.
There's mercury in it? Oh,
inside
wow.
the tube. Yeah.
Oh. I guess I'm the problem.
Yes, you
Global
are.
warming is all of my fault.
Yeah,
I'm the
apparently.
guy outside with 2
All
cans of hairspray like, fuck it! It's just like,
All of those dead baby seals are your fault.
all right. Yes. Always wanted to club some seals. I don't have to now. They're already dead.
There you go.
Oh,
He did it chemically.
I did it chemically.
there you go.
I can't afford the flight tickets. Part of me finds seal bashing very fun. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the idea of swinging a bat around. Horrible thinking, though. You know,
Because you totally just go play baseball. No, here's a baby
I
seal.
want to take a bat and put nails in it,
Oh man.
and just be up there. Hi, seal. Boom, boom.
You're so. That's.
I don't know if I could
wrong.
do it. I think the idea is kind of hilarious,
But actually, physically.
but
doing
like,
it is
could I
another
actually
story.
be up there?
Follow through with it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. But for whatever reason, it just puts a smile on my face. It's like, oh, baby seals.
Do you know the band Streetlight Manifesto?
No,
They've got
that sounds like a very hippie band, by the way. Just putting it up.
they're a ska band, but they've got a song that's called I think it's "Would You Be Upset," and it's exactly
the
what
life and times of
about.
Bill Jones.
Yeah, the first half,
The first half.
and then the
the rest-
tables get turned.
The rest is just screaming.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It is a hilarious. This is gonna bug the shit out of me now. What's the name of that song? Oh, I should probably not do that while we're on air, right? Just sit
What?
here and fuck with my phone.
Shouldn't fuck with your phone.
Don't fuck with your phone. You're on the air.
We don't want you to turn into Lisa.
Right.
Yeah.
Because every
I
time
don't think that's a
Lisa has
problem.
a real bad problem
Correct.
sitting here
We,
and she's on her phone and she's constantly getting text messages and it's like
that's okay. I just don't want her to. I don't want Craig to turn into Lisa either because I just don't think he can fill out blouses as well.
yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
no, not even close.
And we could
No.
try. We'd have to like get a bunch of newspaper.
No.
You're not
No.
allergic to print. You're not allergic to printing, are you?
Well, am I being printed on?
Maybe.
Or
Doesn't that stuff rub into your hands if you hold it long enough? Like newsprint?
Newspaper? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
if you
Yeah.
like
because it's cheap ink.
if you
yeah.
lick yourself and you rub it, doesn't it transfer?
You can lick yourself, huh?
I can. Everyone can lick themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now. Right in front of you. No one can see. But I'm licking myself. It's a good time. Everyone's disgusting and revolting right now. Thank you. Thank you. You're all like, I can taste my upper lip.
Pretty much that's about it.
all I
I can
taste is
feel
runny
my-
nose.
I can,
Oh,
I can taste my facial hair.
Would you like a cookie for this? Okay, it's just creepy when Craig does it. I don't know.
Oh man, I gotta bring cookies to work tomorrow.
You do?
Yes,
why?
because there's a running joke.
Is there a
of,
cookie? He's like, you better bring
I gotta
cookies
bring
or I'm
cookies.
taking your laptop.
No, no. There's this running joke of, well, do you want a cookie? You know,
Yeah.
It's like, you did a good job. Do you want a cookie?
Okay.
So I have to bring cookies for the. Do you want a cookie? And yeah, here.
Oh, that's right. So you
See.
can set them out. So when they go for the cookie, you just beat them over the fucking head with a bat.
You can't have a motherfucking cookie.
Or just hit them on the hand. Like, no,
These
no
cookies
cookie.
are not for you.
bad software developer. Bad. You get over there and drink that Java. Do it now.
Drink that Java.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't drink Java, they leak it.
We got new coffee machines, apparently. They're not the Keurigs, but they're like a Keurig in that they have the little cups that make individual cups. So they took out the big coffee machines on all 3 floors, and now there's only one machine.
Do you guys have to pay for your coffee now?
We had to pay for coffee before.
Really?
Yup.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 40 cents a cup, and now it's 75 cents
for the Keurig
for a cup. It was supposed to be $1, but they're saying it's 75 cents.
The inflation's affecting coffee now.
No,
it's not the coffee.
25% subsidized.
But the point, yeah. But the point is yes, we do have to pay for our coffee.
That even at Steelcase, if you were part of the coffee club, which I guess we were kind of paying for coffee. If you're in the coffee club, once every month or 2 months or 3 months, depending on how many people were in the club for that range,
right,
you would go buy a 1 pound thing of coffee and bring it in. And then you just drank coffee for a long time. It wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
they had stuff downstairs, like I want to say like the restaurant prepackaged. You pour it in and whatever. I don't drink coffee, so
this is the thing.
But the thing is that we had something. I don't know who it was through, something in Lansing. But they had coffee machines that had like the hot water and stuff with them, which I'd use the hot water.
Right.
But you had to pay if you were in they had tea, they had coffee.
Right.
If you actually had those, it was 40 cents.
Right.
And you had to pay for it, which apparently wasn't happening because they got rid of it. And now the only place that they have it on the first.
Management of coffee costs more than just giving everybody fucking free coffee.
Yep.
And then the fact is, if a person wants a coffee pot that you can buy at any store, Mr. Coffee Drip Coffee Maker,
you can't have those corporate building for insurance purposes. You have to have one of the bun type or one of the commercial type coffee makers.
Well,
really, because
here's the thing. Here's the thing. One of the guys, when we were down in our
be the downfall of our society,
down in the suite before it became specifically for the current project that I'm on.
Right.
He bought a Keurig. It was like $25 at a yard sale or something because someone
saw how much they paid for Keurig K-cups and was like, oh fuck,
whatever it was. So we got a Keurig and we had a Keurig. Well, the problem is that the maintenance guy came down and was walking around and realized that we had it and said, you guys are going to have to get rid of this because it's not grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
it's not grounded. What device on earth it doesn't have these lights? So never mind.
Well, you're mixing water and electricity and it wasn't grounded. So he's like, it's not grounded. And then, well, if you have a Keurig and then so-and-so down the same row wants to have, a Mr. T coffee thingy.
Not grounded.
What kind
of dumb fuck idea is that?
Apparently our coffee maker does not have a ground either. But the other point was, that doesn't surprise me.
Most of the coffee makers, kitchen appliances aren't grounded because they're coated in plastic and they're not.
Well,
yeah.
The whole rest of the point is if I have a coffee maker and you've got a coffee maker and Bill's got a coffee maker, now we're drawing too much power and we're gonna blow a fuse.
Right.
Give everybody free fucking coffee.
Yeah,
again,
really.
The time it takes to manage a coffee maker or whatever. Look, even if you have to buy a bun one or whatever,
well, that's what they had.
$300, let's say, for every floor to have a coffee maker. The reality is the time it takes for this person to go make a coffee or do this versus there's just coffee, maybe one, okay, I'll put it this way. Like our part in South Africa, they have a person that does that. That's their whole job. Granted, that's South Africa, and they can do that. But that's her entire job is to make coffee and tea for whoever wants it.
So she's a barista.
I don't know that they're that fancy in South Africa, but the lady, literally, it's like, you want the coffee? She's got a little cart and it's got all the shit on it, and she just around and go, all the shit, just piling shit on top. Man, your cart is quite smelly.
We've got horse dung, we've got cow dung,
Yeah,
we've got bat guano.
Very
Got
selective.
dog guano. What would you like in
The
your
brewing
coffee?
process is very acidic, though. Anyways, so
Yeah.
the point is, that's her entire job. Now,
Yeah.
granted, that's a very extreme thing, and they can do that in South Africa because of the labor rates and blah 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 blah.
Right. Well,
But you can't do that in America. Fine. A stupid coffee maker cost, even this Bunn one, let's say it cost $300, and you buy it once a year for every floor, and there's 4 floors. 3 floors. So you're talking about $900 worth of coffee equipment for 12 months. The difference being, okay, someone goes up and goes, there's no coffee. And then they make coffee. And then they walk away and they come back 10 minutes later and there's coffee. And they get coffee. Point is, all of this Keurig, and you got to pay, and then you got to have a machine that makes the coffee. All of that shit is way more expensive in the long run than just, I want some coffee. And then that person goes back
well,
to
the
work.
problem is that people were not, even if you brought your own cup,
Uh-huh.
you still had to pay 40 cents for a cup of coffee. Well, downstairs, because there's nobody else watching and it's just a whole bunch of individual suites
Sure.
that people are
abusing.
We're using the coffee that was bought that should have been paid for
Right.
and not paying for it.
What I'm saying is that's the price of doing business.
You'd
You
think so.
figure that, like, one thing that we've always, like, I work at a small company, but the one thing that we've always said is this company runs on coffee. You come from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. This company runs on coffee.
Mhm.
There's always coffee. There will always be coffee, and it will always be free, because it's not like, oh shit, now I got to find some change, or oh shit,
Got 5 people there.
5 people. Sure. So how much coffee do we go through a year? Probably not that much. But the reality is, who cares? It's the price of doing business. The fact is, if somebody wants coffee, it takes 10 seconds to walk over to the thing. Oh, coffee. Put a coffee pot back, and then go back to fucking work.
And if you empty the Joe, you make some more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe that takes 2 minutes. But
You
who
know what?
cares?
You finish
It's
the pot, you rinse it off, you start it for the next guy,
Right.
and it's
Rinse it?
ready.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's optional in Enos' world.
I mean,
the turns.
They took
It's hot. Nah.
they took in our break
What's
room
that?
and they took out the vending machines, and now we have a little store.
Right.
The
The store
that
thing.
has
Okay.
there's 4 cameras in the ceiling.
So stupid.
What?
No, I'm serious. There are 4
It's
4
stupid.
cameras in the ceiling, at least. And there is 2 refrigerated containers that have all your pop in it.
Okay.
Right.
And then there's a freezer container that has like ice cream and frozen dinners. And
These are
that kind of
basically
stuff.
vending
vending
machines, or are
machines.
they
No.
fridges and freezers?
Fridges and freezers.
Okay.
There is actually literally a place where you go scan.
This is
Your
stupid.
item.
Why not just make it
So
a vending
if you
machine?
get a can with a barcode on it, you go scan the barcode
Right.
at the little thing.
Okay.
You cannot pay with cash.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
They
sense.
have a prepaid card that you
Right.
can load money
Right.
onto
Mhm.
and then use, or you can use a credit card.
Okay.
So
But-
that sounds kind of stupid. Is what's wrong with vending machines?
when I was
mean,
at Facebook, I was there on a job interview thing. They had a vending machine, and they had where you'd scan your badge, and you could get a mouse, you could get a keyboard. The next one over, you could get soda. The next one over, you could get whatever, and you just scanned your badge. They were watching to make sure that people weren't stealing stuff,
Mhm.
sure,
but it was all free.
right, but that like I
But-
said, it
Yeah.
in that
The
idea, it's
idea
the
of-
price of doing business.
Right.
Is it more important to get your employee back to their desk and be productive, or is it more important to dick around? Because that's what that
Yeah.
all is dick aroundness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know they have like breakfast burritos and breakfast sandwiches and milk and orange juice and that kind of stuff. And that all supposedly comes in fresh. And like, I think Blimpies makes the subs
Okay.
that go into the refrigerated container where you
Yeah.
can get,
Okay.
sandwiches and whatnot. And then they've got a whole section of chips and candy. And you buy that
Right.
and you scan it
I mean-
on the thing. And
When it comes
if
to
it
stuff,
makes it more convenient, okay, yeah, it's nice
Right.
that I don't have to have change and I can use my
when
debit
it comes
card.
to stuff like that, like if like weird shit, like okay, you want a fucking Twinkie or
Mhm.
whatever, but like the basics, roll it all back. the basic driving like philosophy of every company ever is just coffee.
Mhm.
Like Twinkies, maybe it's something else. If you want a Twinkie, bring a damn Twinkie in or whatever.
Right.
Think
No,
ahead,
absolutely.
know yourself. Do you get a little sugar crave at 2:00? Buy yourself a bag or box or whatever they come in of Twinkies. Do they make Twinkies again?
Yeah.
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
Hostess is one of our customers, actually. Yeah.
So why didn't you bring in Twinkies then, Craig?
I've had a Twinkie once.
Yeah, then
when they became one of our customers, and it left a nasty, greasy feeling in my mouth. I'm like, I'm good.
it's
Halfway
angel food
through-
cake with corn syrup in the center, fluffed corn syrup.
Cream.
I'd rather have zingers because then
Yeah.
at least you can get singular.
They
wireless.
hurt though.
Get
Singular
what?
wireless is painful.
Okay, there's
What?
a
Oh yes, we have someone new in the
Hostess
room.
snack.
Hold on.
I think it's Hostess, but it's very similar to a Twinkie in
Kind
that
of.
it's the same.
It's like a Twinkie, but with icing on
it's
the
got a
frosting
little
thing
strip
on the
of,
top.
of ice cream
Okay.
on the top.
Right.
Well,
Ice
they're
cream,
called
just
zingers.
icing.
Are those the chocolate ones?
No,
There's
these are
chocolate,
still
vanilla, there are all kinds of
but
different
most
ones.
of I think normal ones are vanilla,
Sure.
but
The crazy ones are chocolate.
the crazy ones are chocolate.
Those untrustworthy ones that look like when they
So,
move into the
one of-
neighborhood.
one of-
Wait, what?
Bill's
Oh.
friends.
What? Sorry, what
I
were
think
we
it
making fun of
started-
now?
I think it started with one of them had
It
fallen
was
asleep on the
It was
couch,
a movie. Okay.
and then
No,
we just
it started with
sticking them on him while he was sleeping.
no. It started before that because
And then,
we were.
then it got to they were throwing them across the room.
It was before. Yeah, that's what we started with. We bought like what?
Two
You go to a you buy a box of these things and there's like 9,000 in a box. Okay.
They're
Okay,
all
that's a lot.
individually
Maybe
wrapped.
there's like 24 of them. 24,000. It's close enough. Anyways,
Yeah,
and
right,
so
right.
you're sitting there and it's a really boring movie because we watch bad movies. That's like something I
No.
love to do. And you get a collection of people to get together to watch bad movies. It can be really, really fun. But
Right.
it has to be the right movie.
With the right group of
Unfortunately,
people.
there's a lot of not the
Not
right
very-
movie.
Yeah,
So
you got to find that videotape.
it's somewhere around here. The Final Alliance.
Got David Hasselhoff in it.
David
Oh,
Hasselhoff.
They're a mark of quality.
No, okay. Stop. This is David Hasselhoff. After Knight Rider, but before Baywatch, Hasselhoff. Okay. So that's about 1985, maybe later.
Okay.
And Hasselhoff's character is the guy come to town to clean up the bad guys. Okay. And the bad guys are a biker gang that works for the mayor. This is the setup. And Hasselhoff is the guy coming home and he's going to clean up the town, kind of supposed to be the badass.
Right.
And he does it all with the assistance of his pet puma. Exactly. Once you hit the puma, it's like the puma. What the hell? There's a puma, and I
He
guarantee,
really likes their shoes.
I guarantee you,
No,
the pumas in the movie,
for
maybe
30
two or
seconds.
three shots, and
Yeah.
they were never in the same room. Like it's just like
you
it's like
see a puma running through the jungle,
like they,
and
yeah,
then they cut over to a pine forest.
like in the Serengeti or something. It's like the puma. I don't know. It's not a puma because it's tan colored.
A leopard?
Cheetah.
Cheetah?
Something like that. It's not spotted. I don't know. I saw the trailer. I haven't watched
Mountain
them. Maybe it's a mountain lion. I don't know. Point is, he's
Is it-
assisted by a stupid cat.
It could have been a
Big cat.
house cat. It could have been
The trailer sums up their interaction perfectly because the trailer has a shot of Hasselhoff like, it's been a long time since I came back home, and then let's go home, whatever name. And they literally smash cuts from that to the puma cat individual thing going, meow. And then that's it. I'm like, this is insane. This is crazy. So I'm absolutely, positively certain the cat and Hasselhoff were never near each other at all.
well,
And then most likely it could be stock footage of this stupid animal.
Maybe.
But
Well, the sad thing is that Bill found the trailer, and then we found the movie, but the only way to get the movie was on VHS.
VHS.
And we
So-
don't
so
have
it's in a dead
VCR.
format. I threw out my VCR. Like
when
6
we
months
moved in
ago,
here-
I was like going through a closet and I was like, oh, there's a VCR in here. I'll never need a VCR again.
why do I need this?
And I threw it away. And then like 2 months later, I was watching an episode of Babylon 5 and I'm like, this is really a nice episode. Not like written well. It was written okay, but it was, it's Babylon 5. If you've ever seen Babylon 5, you understand the quality of Babylon 5 is not super. But
it was all made on Amiga, so
right. But it looked really good. Like the lighting was really good, and the shot composition was really nice. I'm like, that's cool. I want to find out who was the director of photography for this episode. So I look him up. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, what else has this guy done, whatever. And it's one of the big things is The Final Alliance, a movie no one's ever fucking heard of. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because my first thought is Torrent City, because this movie is no one has a copy of this movie, right?
Yeah, you gotta find it somewhere.
Impossible.
Right?
So I'm like, there has to be a torrent. There has to be, what was Cinema Armageddon was one that I really loved as a torrent, because they had a bunch of movies that were dead. Like there is no copy of it.
Obscure weird shit.
Yeah. Like Zombie Holocaust. No. What? Zombie Rock and Roll. That was it. It's a great movie that is barely a movie. But it's a movie.
Is that the movie that was in the movie?
It's a movie that was made to be in another movie as the backdrop.
Oh.
In it, because the movie that it was being made for was going to take place in a movie drive-in theater.
Okay.
So they needed a movie to put on the drive-in theater screen.
So they made a movie.
So they were getting
totally not a movie.
Well, they were right before they went into production to make this essentially footage just to show. They were like, this is almost a movie. Let's just make it a movie.
Yeah, let's finish it.
It makes no sense at all. There's just shit. But the thing is, because it's such the entire intention of this movie was just to be the backdrop. It just needed to be something interesting looking. So there's like midget Nazis and like women dressed up like Dracula. It's fucking ridiculous. There's a part where there's a band on stage dressed like zombies or vampires. Like it's very unclear what happens to them. They get electrocuted, but then they're eating people.
So is this like a 15-minute short?
No, this is a full movie. This is like an hour and a half long of you just going,
what?
Okay, more driving. Okay, more driving. No, a Nazi midget. Who knows?
Manos the Hands of Fate, and
it's almost Manos the Hands of Fate is a special kind of movie. Like,
yes,
it will live in infamy for the rest of time, only because so many people killed themselves after being in that movie. Like Torgo from Manos the Hands of Fate literally committed suicide because he destroyed his legs because they gave him these splints to make him look weird.
Okay.
But he put them on backwards and it destroyed his knees because he was in pain, but he was like, I can't change it. I don't know.
I'm doing it for the
yeah, exactly. So he eventually basically disabled himself and then he killed himself. And then other people like got in car accidents and stuff. Like 5 of the people that are in that movie, and there's not many more than 5, die from mysterious things. The Manos the Hands of Fate almost sits in a little corner by itself. Just cherish it. Just go over there. But Final Alliance, it's guaranteed to be bad because it falls into the Bill rules of buying movies. When I buy a movie, it's absolutely fucking horrible. Because it's
which is probably about a third of what's on the shelf,
yeah,
and the other third he would say is bad because I bought it.
Right.
And then the other third is these are actually decent.
Well, Shannon buys.
So you go to Walmart and you see the $5 vending, like, fuck that. That shit's expensive.
Right. I look for the dollar movie. Like the Final Alliance actually the Final Alliance cost me $10 because I found one VHS tape in existence.
Only one that we could find on Amazon.
It's not on YouTube.
Was a VHS.
It's not like if you go to if you type in the Final Alliance into Google, you get a million other things, but you don't get, Final Alliance movie. Final Alliance.
Are you saying final or vinyl?
Final. Final Alliance. It doesn't. The only thing I could find was I did find a trailer finally, and the other thing I found was an intro segment from like TBS or USA.
Yeah, you told me that there was an intro.
I think it was USA.
And you thought that it was the movie, but it was just the intro.
Because it's like the Final Alliance USA, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But it's like USA up late at night, shitty movies that no one will watch, kind of thing.
No, and we know no one's watching, so we're not gonna put anything worthwhile.
Right, and it's like a guy dressed like a cowboy, and he's like, Hasselhoff as the cowboy guy. And then I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to get to watch the movie. And then it cuts to black. And then it comes back to him and he's like, Hasselhoff. I'm like, no, I don't want to watch this asshole. I want to watch Hasselhoff win a puma, fight crime, bikers, shit like that. That's what I want to watch.
From Mars.
Oh, okay.
It's not Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh,
yeah. Come
We
on.
own a copy of
I
Plan
own
9
several.
from Outer
We
Space.
acquired that.
You have what, 2 copies of Future War? One that is the MST3K and one that's not.
Right. Future War. Ooh.
I've never seen.
Future
You
War
don't probably want
is
to.
a movie that ends where it begins, and everything between. And by the way, what I mean, it ends where it begins. It doesn't like fade back. You know, a lot of movies do that. Like
It's like a Mobius loop or what?
No, it like starts someplace, then it goes somewhere else, and then it comes right back to the beginning. And the whole time you're just going, why? Why is this?
So was this when Quentin Tarantino was in high school?
Yeah,
or?
this is like this. Yeah, this is like an inspiration, Quentin Tarantino, I guess.
Oh, okay.
In this sense, it has like a wrestler in it, and it's just really,
Instead of a
really
boxer.
hard to watch. And it's slow and painful. I think it has dinosaurs in it. Yeah, it has one dinosaur that is like a hunter pet. It's really hard to like tell you more about this movie because there isn't much more. Yeah, it's like a little T-Rex. It's just like, and they like shoot it, and it like gets hurt, and I guess it runs away, but not really, because then it comes back in like the next shot. And of course, it has, black guy gets eaten by this T-Rex that's maybe 3 foot tall. Like massive baby T-Rex is here to not make sense.
Okay.
All right, let's take a little break, and I'll get some water and whatnot, and we'll be right back.
Here we go.
Wow. All right, let's come back to this craziness, because we're literally off the thing. We're talking about gluttonous of drinking, but transition. Okay, but we were talking more back to the Final Alliance, where it's like my friend Royce would love to watch the Final Alliance with me, and because
he's
it will
one
be
of the guys that started with the Singular Wireless thing.
Yeah,
he's one of the ones that would.
Is that the hell we got? Anyways,
Kurt.
yeah, we were
Kurt was the
watching
one
we were
that-
watching band movies, and Singular Wireless came up because we were watching just I don't even remember.
Really bad.
Probably like Redneck Zombies made by Trauma, which is just like
I'd say Blood Car, but that's probably too new.
Blood Car. Yeah, Blood Car is way too new. Blood Car has one good scene in it. That's how bad it is. It's
I'm trying to think.
It's like an hour and a half to watch one scene of like a guy and a girl fucking in a car. Like obviously
They don't take that long.
No, it's okay. the whole movie.
I'm not saying a word.
The whole movie. I like Japanese man. Never mind. Anyways,
What?
never mind. I said no one. Anyways, Blood Car is this horrible movie where this guy is trying to make an alternative fuel for cars out of plants, and he can never get it to work.
You mean like cellulosic ethanol or some crazy shit like that?
Yeah, except this is just fake bullshit green goo science. Like, green goo doesn't make energy. That kind of like thing. Yeah. But actually, that acting was way better than the acting in the movie. And so
that good. Huh?
So yeah, it's that good. He keeps running into this girl who runs like a vegan or vegetarian like booth or something. It doesn't make any sense, but he keeps like buying stuff from her because it's because she's like a stripper who sells plants. I don't get it. It doesn't
at a booth.
It's like this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Anyway, apparently he cuts himself and it falls into the motor and it like works. Doesn't make any sense why blood is the better fuel source than plants, but whatever.
No, it's when you combine them all.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'm sure there's just some weird science. Are you taking candid pictures of me freaking out or something?
No.
Okay. So but the thing is, eventually at the end, like the government's cleaning up all of like the evidence or whatever it's supposed, and you just have this reshot of a guy and a girl fucking in a car in a just like auto graveyard, destroyed cars everywhere, and they're just fucking in the cab of a truck, and you see these guys in black suits just killing people. It's hilarious. It's the only hilarious shot in the entire. In other words, they want to make that little shot. And so they made the rest of this boring movie to get to that shot. It's just like, this was an hour and a half of torture to get to almost nothing.
So it's like some of the soft porn that's, yeah, okay.
My familiarity with softcore porn is very limited in that sense. So
yeah, well, wasn't there was one, I swear, that you were watching, and I think it was about halfway through you stopped because it was a softcore porn. Was it a military one? With zombies, maybe?
I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to remember what it.
Really need to see your face while you're going through all these emotions right here.
Well, I'm trying to.
Well, it's not something.
If they can, I'll just transition it. There we go.
It's not something that Bill normally. I mean, we're not those kind of people.
I like bad movies, but there's this little.
Do you have something against people who watch porn?
No. I just choose not.
Well, what I'm trying to say is there's like, if you make a little Venn diagram, I think I'm reminding
the two circles.
Yeah, if you make the two circles and you put bad movies in one circle, sometimes you get a crossover in like the softcore porn industry. For whatever reason, like bad movie and softcore porn, there's this little slice of intersection. And we started watching the movie not knowing that it's this like softcore porn movie, because again, bad movies that are funny, just hilarious. Softcore movies can be funny, but most of the time it's just really awkward looking fake sex. So it's just not really interesting. But the reason why we gave it such a chance was the opening line of it is this lady is like literally held to a table with bungee cords, like 4 of them, like she could just go and wiggle herself out of it.
Get out of it.
And she's just like, thank you for saving me. Do you think we have time? And we're like, what? This is awesome. We have to watch this. And then it switches into softcore porn, and we're like, oh, this would have been awesome.
What we were expecting.
To have an idiot guy shooting a gun who obviously is not a gun that shoots. Just like
you see him making the sound and shaking.
Yeah, exactly. It's like any 8-year-old kid who has a little machine gun. So we're laughing our ass off at that, and then of course softcore porn. So it's like, let's just fast forward through this again, because again, if I want to see boobs and butts and things like that, the internet exists. All right, and we're like watching, fast forwarding, and losing that interest in it. And then it gets to a part where they go visit a house, and I don't know who this guy is, but he starts doing a Russian, like the Russian.
The dance, yeah.
Like I hate to. It's a bad visual. I could stand up and try and do it and fall over. But
I would love to see that.
Yeah, you would. I bet you would. But just some weird dance, and it's Dutch angled, and it was just like, and the movie's coming back.
Dutch on a 45. Is that what that's called?
On a 45 or weird angle, it just not so straight. In other words,
not square. Okay.
So it's just this weird shit, and then it goes back to softcore porn. We're like, whatever, we're done with this. It had a couple great like, this is the craziest shit on earth, and then boobs and awkward looking sex because they're not having sex. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know.
When we first got satellite TV at the parents' house, like right before I moved out, my girlfriend and I were sitting there flipping through channels. We came across this weird, we don't know what it was. It was just some movie that kind of caught our attention because it was kind of cheesy, kind of funny.
Well, it can't be. They really, it was we have paid $50 in the car wash. Like, that's an awesome line to be delivered by anyone. Anyone says that line, you're just like, this is the most ridiculous bullshit ever. But you have my attention.
I don't remember what the movie was. We were sitting there, we were watching it, and then it cuts to commercial, and it's something about the Women's Network. I'm like,
The Women's Network having softcore porn on it?
Yeah, apparently after 10 o'clock, they play some softcore
that
porn.
Just seems like bad programming design.
Strange.
So Lifetime after 10 is going to start showing softcore porn. It's just a business decision we're making, just like how Sci-Fi decides to show wrestling. It's just a business decision.
It's Siffy.
We're trying to
not Sci-Fi
We're trying
anymore.
to diversify the market. Yeah,
Siffy.
Siffy.
So if you don't have it, you are syphilis.
Syphilis. Yeah, we're diseased. Well, Shannon and I went and saw John Wick.
That was actually
this weekend. It's
pretty good. That was part of our anniversary present.
Action movie starring Keanu Reeves. See how she slid that right in there, and I'm trying to paste her over the anniversary thing. She's
it's what 10 years that you've dealt with this bullshit.
7
years.
Yeah.
Married 7.
Right.
But total's been.
It's been horror the whole time.
I've been a horror the whole time. Is that what you?
It's been horror.
Horror.
Yes. Man, she's been a whore the whole time. The whole city.
No, that's how we pay rent.
No.
Well, considering that the other thing that I got,
it's just a horror week.
Bayonetta 2.
Okay.
Dominatrix witch.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Does it extend into real life, Bill? I'm not judging.
Not really. I'm not into like pain with sex. It doesn't really, and submissive and control of that stuff doesn't interest me at all.
No.
It doesn't.
Yeah, my fun is I tickle him for about 3 seconds and he says stop, and that's about as far as it goes. So
I could just punch you.
yeah, no thanks.
Okay, well then we'll just say stop then.
Yeah.
Wow. I do not like to be tickled. It's one of those things where
I blame his sister.
goes straight to like nuclear mad instantly.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it.
Well,
absolutely.
his sister would
You're like,
tickle him.
No,
Good
Bill,
grief.
good to know. Of course, you start tickling me, I might never kill you.
He might punch you, like straight up.
Yeah,
might
my sister
punch
used to
you.
tickle me until I would like pass out and stuff. It was bad. It was really stupid. But
I never had. I'm not ticklish, so it was just like
think
people touching me, and it felt really.
Okay,
awkward.
I have to
That's
chime
about
in.
it.
I know we used to have chats, but Randy's texting me.
okay.
He's so excited he's finally getting to listen in again. And he says, it's not Siffy anymore. It's let's put whatever we can afford on this network and hope people watch channel.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they had a
So-
cool.
What was it before
It's pretty much
It
still
was-
that.
It
but
was sci-fi,
where they had their sci-fi
but they actually
originals?
had
I-
like decent like
No,
sci-fi.
they really didn't. They've never
Well-
really had decent material.
Okay, well
but
didn't they?
come on,
didn't
Lex.
they have oh crap, Stargate?
Lex is horrible, dude. Lex is not a good show.
Didn't they have Stargate though?
They did, but they bought that
Somebody else.
from
Paramount.
it's MGM's,
MGM.
but it's
Okay.
I'm trying to remember Cine something. It's like HBO, but it's not. Cinemax. Yeah. So they bought that from Cinemax because Cinemax canceled it. So, but anyways,
But yeah, I mean
they've always had,
they've had
substandard
well,
programming.
Andromeda, was that one that was theirs? Or
Andromeda,
Farscape?
Farscape was
Farscape.
Farscape wasn't a Sci-Fi original. Like that was more, I think, Warner Brothers.
Okay,
But
they played it on
Farscape,
Sci-Fi, right?
I liked Farscape,
like
but
Farscape
they
too.
canceled it because it cost too much to operate the puppets.
Yeah.
That was
What?
that was one of the reasons why Warner Brothers canceled it is that the puppets because they were Jim Henson puppets. They were too expensive to operate in. Yeah, they were too expensive. So, and plus the makeup work for a lot of the characters, when you're
one girl was blue,
right? So she's blue. That's
and
a
then
problem.
there was also the one that was kind of white gray.
Right. So from a production level, it was very expensive to make that show. But and it didn't have the numbers of viewers necessary to support that.
They weren't able to sell.
It was no Star Trek.
Right.
Star Trek, you can afford to take Michael Dorn and stick a fucking, grater on his head and give him some long hair. Ran out of air there for a second. But, because you've got, a huge market. But by the time Farscape comes around, it was on at like 11 o'clock at night on Fox or something.
In a watered down type of.
I don't know. Was it because there was Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Voyager and
they were doing the Next Generation thing at the same time.
There's not a huge overlap between Next Generation and
Deep
Space Nine and Voyager. A couple of years actually.
He'd know.
There's 2 years where Next Generation and Deep Space Nine kind of overlap. And then there's
they were replaying it or
TNT was doing.
Yes, they were syndicating.
Yeah. You're right, because it was always there.
Right.
In fact, I'm pretty sure if we found an antenna and we hooked it to a TV, which I guess I have one, it's being broadcast somewhere, and Gene Roddenberry's just collecting checks from the grave.
Is he still? I was gonna say
he's dead. Alive? He died of cancer a long time ago, and then actually he died. I can't remember if it was the second or third season of Star Trek. The Next Generation. He died.
Mm-hmm.
And the show got so much better. I don't know if you've ever watched the first season of Star Trek, but it's hard to watch, man. It's painful to watch in sci-fi because comparing it with like later seasons, like season 4, where you've got the best of both worlds, where Picard becomes a Borg and Locutus, and there's some really great episodes in there. But
the quality of the sets went up quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
drastically from season 1 to season 2.
Well, you also didn't have men wearing mini skirts and go-go boots either.
Right. That's the hilarious.
If you watched some of the episodes from season 1, there are some women that are walking around in
mini skirts
and go-go boots, but there's also guys.
There's guys walking around, and I think by season 6,
the engineering, so the yellow.
They're all over the place and different, but I think it was like not season 6, but episode 6. They kind of like somebody like pulled somebody aside. They're like, "Cut this shit out! You got to stop that." Because the editors can only cut around it so much. Just stop this shit. Give everybody pants. Or
the jumpsuit or whatever that they had.
Yeah, I mean it. So like between season 1 and season 2, you get this drastic like increase in budget and whatever, but it. Keep in mind, the first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation was a huge commitment for Fox. Because think what Fox Television was when we're talking
about
early UHF channel.
Right. Granted, it was made by CBS. So first of all, Fox has to turn to CBS, and CBS has to turn to Paramount. And Paramount has to go, well, let's make more of this TV show. And let's get Gene Roddenberry. And Roddenberry didn't want to make more TV. He was like, I don't want to make any more TV.
I'm done.
Let's just make movies because I'm crazy and I'm Gene Roddenberry. And so
Randy says that BBC America still syndicates TNG.
I bet.
Yeah.
BBC America. So is it formatted back and then transformed back to US?
Snap it to PAL and then
back I don't know.
It's fucked up.
It's at a faster scan rate, so it's good.
Right. So you're just like, why are we losing frames?
Or no, it's got a higher resolution, lower scan rate.
Right.
That's what it was.
So it's.
Well, that was the other thing I know because you were looking at it at one point about getting because you can see the 1, 2, 6, and 7 over there, the silver. That's TNG.
Yeah, I have it on
1,
DVD.
2, 6 seasons.
But I was only buying it at used places like used DVD store.
Oh yeah,
each one of those
formatted at 4:3.
Yeah, that was normal TV. That's
TV.
That was TV. I mean,
right.
You got.
But you're never gonna get it in the high format.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. When Paramount's releasing them on Blu-ray, and there's some problems.
Yeah.
One of the problems is the way they made the show. The way they shot the show is they shot all of the live action people in on sets in 35 millimeter film. So cool. You can do anything with 35 millimeter film. it's kind of the strangest thing still today. If you make a movie on 35 millimeter film, you can put it on anything. You can make a Blu-ray of it. You can scan it up to 1080p. You can make it 4K. You can do whatever you want with it because it's some optical medium, which is crazy, right? You think, oh, if I shoot it digital, it's going to be better. Anyways, so that's okay. They can rescale that to 1080p for Blu-ray.
Okay.
The problem is all of the special effects that they created for the show were shot in 480i beta tape. So 480 lines of resolution is all you're going to ever get.
Right.
And so all of the effect, all the moves, all the compositing, if there's a effect that happens with phasers or whatever, all of that stuff is 480i. So DVD is as good as that's ever going to get. And the Paramount people are like, this is so fucked up. Why? It's like, well, so they'll upscale it, but it's never going to get any better unless they go back and redo all of that work. And that's going to be expensive.
Right.
And they could.
I mean, it's a pretty big deal.
They did some stuff like that for TOS. Like they create, like they took exterior shots that were shot with models that were really kind of, this is TV and you can see all this shit. And they remade them and they cleaned them up and they did some Lucasfilm on them.
Right.
So they made them a little bit better of a product. But to do that with TNG again, you still had 35 millimeter film of a model of effect that you could work with, and going into TNG, you're screwed. You're just screwed.
Yeah.
So looking at it like you should buy it on Blu-ray, I'm like, fuck you assholes, I'm buying it on DVD because everybody's getting rid of those copies for some reason. Or I'll just watch it on
because
Netflix.
it's coming out on Blu-ray.
Or you just watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Every episode of TNG and Deep Space Nine.
Well, see, I was really mad they did that with Stargate because there's 10 seasons of Stargate.
Yeah.
They made that many, yeah.
Yes. And
they should have stopped at about 5.
Yeah.
And
when Daniel left.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Season 5 was when Cinemax canceled them.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe season 6 is fine, but whatever. It's one of those things where it's a jump the shark show, but it was all they had.
Right.
Like the Sci-Fi Channel bought this thing and it was really kind of popular and they built a whole like Simpsons time block around it, like animation domination that Fox says they have on Sunday night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you gave me the look of crazy confusion.
Well, because
they're
it's
like,
not
what
an animated
fuck?
show, and then you say it's an animation domination where they've got an animated thing,
right?
And then an animated thing.
But Disney made it their equivalent.
They made it a thing. It's like then you got this show and this, so they made a whole sci-fi like space thing wrapped around. So in other words, they made it an event kind of thing.
Okay.
Really good. That's just promotion, right? But they had nothing else to really, so that's why you end up with like Stargate Atlantis because we need some more content. Let's do some stuff. And then I guess I might be wrong, but they also spun off this show called Stargate Universe, where it's Stargate Atlantis so wanted to be Star Trek.
Okay.
It's because it became a point where like the premise of the show is we're going to take people and we're going to send them
explore
so far away that we can't get a hold of them. And then like the next season, they are just ships going back and forth.
It takes time.
It's like it takes time, but it's Star Trek.
Not like an instantaneous. Like I said, you can't travel through the gate.
Like I said, they so want to be Star Trek.
Yeah,
you just feel. I watched a couple episodes. And I'm like, why?
I don't like Atlantis. I like the original, and Universe isn't bad.
Right.
But there's only 2 seasons.
Universe is Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
It's Star Trek with gates and being able to jump through wormholes.
Okay.
It's a premise that so many TV shows do that makes me so mad. Okay, you got your first episode. Your pilot episode is always going to be your episode where you're introducing characters and you're building, you're setting up your worlds and all these things. Building. And so they did a couple things that always makes me upset. The first thing is they always come up with some character that they want you to relate with. It's the Wesley Crusher of Stargate.
Okay.
Wesley Crusher,
the kid.
It's like the kid, and he's your introduction to Star Trek in Star Trek. Because he was supposed to be a way bigger character than he eventually ended up being.
Okay.
He was supposed to be new
New blood.
Well, what it was supposed to be, new viewers were supposed to be attracted to this young person and be like, I can relate with this kid because I don't know what any of this is. So they have to establish that character. And so, like so many TV shows do, let's just create a gaming geeky character who awesome seems to be really good at math. That's our intro character to pull in new viewers. And that is the character that just makes me want to punch people in the face repetitively. Because it's like, this is the most unrealistic character ever.
Mhm.
He's the kid who dropped out of MIT, but he plays video games all day, and he's really fat and pudgy, but he's not good with ladies either. You know, it's like, God, he solves a math equation that makes people show up at his door and go.
He was playing a game, and ended up in the game, it was solving some equation that...
Yeah. It's like Warcraft. It's like Warcraft, but there was a thing on the wall and whatever. It's stupid. Premise is stupid, but so that's your kickoff to like your introduction into this world. So that kind of works, but the character drives me nuts. Okay. Then events happen and stuff happens. They end up on a ship. Now they explain to you the characters explain to you in the most simplistic way possible that this ship is falling apart. Shit's fucked. Like. It's like driving down. It's like driving down the road in a Yugo that's all rusted, like,
and all your tires are flat.
And like we're fucked, and we're not gonna. So they
but we can't stop.
And you can't stop. You got to keep going, or they can't control it, or whatever. But the point is they establish that. At that point, the understanding is we're in trouble. So we need to have like one direction and we're going to go in it. Normally, and I'll explain maybe the dichotomy a little bit. There's civilian people, and then there's the military, and then there's this like civilian military NSA kind of thing, and they all got there. Okay. In most emergency situations, the military does take over,
right?
Because they tend to have resources and manpower and training and shit like that. That's for emergency situations, like getting shot at. But that's a side point. Point is, the show immediately spins into drama world. Like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah, are they going to backstab them? Are they going to do that bad thing to them? And immediately, this is literally things are falling apart on this thing, and they're all going to die. But there's time to be conspiratorial about everything. I'm just like, off. This is the stupidest thing. And I try
from the guy who loves stupid movies.
Yes, but I love stupid movies that try to be good movies. Okay. This is like, we've got money. Let's make something that can draw some people in. But what do people love? They love drama. They love, it's like the thing that made Stargate work, like Stargate SG-1 work, was the characters and their interactions with each other and their dependency and their adventures.
And a lot of that was because of Richard Dean Anderson.
Sure. Richard Dean Anderson is maybe not the best actor in the world, but he's a very charismatic actor.
He took that lead part and ran with it. He did a good job with it.
He made it his own. And when he left the show just kind of...
Then Ben Bowder, who was the guy on Farscape. Took over.
Yeah.
And brought along with him Claudia Black, the Erin, the long-haired...
The girl from Farscape.
The human from Farscape.
All right.
Brought with.
Right. So
now you have
a
totally new dynamic.
Right.
After O'Neill left, or Richard Dean Anderson.
Right. And they tried to make it this really big scale. Like, it's all about this massive adventure. And it's like, no, the thing that made this work was just little stories. I can tell you
all the interminglings between all the other characters.
Yeah. Not like, we're out to save the world from giant elephants of death.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
but they're pink.
But
but they're pink.
It just became it became a frustration. And so that went downhill, and the whole thing was just like,
they had, was it 2 seasons of Stargate?
Stargate Universe. I watched the first season, and I stopped watching it at the the season finale. Like, this is a ship that they could only get to by literally blowing up a planet.
They need that much energy.
They fucked it up so bad that they blew up the planet, and as they say, the only planet that could get to this ship. Oops. So they blow up the ship, or blow up the planet. They blow up this planet. At the end of the season, other people do the same thing. Now, Do I think people can solve problems? Sure.
Mm.
Do I think people can overcome, adversity to do other things? Sure. But you told us at the beginning of this whole bullshit that they're on their own and that no other people can get there because this is the only place that this works. And in fact, they can't fucking figure it out, so they need some 18-year-old kid who plays WoW all day to solve things for them. Apparently, there's WoW in other universes or something, because then these bad guys from what they call the Nyberite Alliance or something just show up and start killing people and taking control of the ship. And I was like, I'm done with this. This is just crazy bullshit that makes no sense. You establish some rules, some law, even with the drama and the backstabbing and the bullshit and all that crap. Like,
but things are dynamic, and you don't know how things might change along the way.
Right.
Things grow, right?
Well, then they ended up getting like this really big bad guy, like alien.
Okay.
That was just attacking them for no reason because that's what they do.
Right.
And
that was always the trope from Stargate is you have really bad guys and they're always the bad guys. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I know that
there are never tribes of good people out there. They're always the bad guys,
They're
right?
always bad guys.
But
it got to the point where they're like, they were like at the end of a galaxy.
Right.
And it was like so many light years to the next galaxy, and that was the only thing that they could do was basically get out of the galaxy, but they had to put everybody in stasis because they didn't have food. Right. Because now they had the original group of people, and then you had these other bad guys that came in after they destroyed a planet.
Right.
So now you've got
Seems
twice
like a very
as many
limited
people,
kind of way.
Twice as many people
right.
on the ship that can't sustain the people that it had, and you're adding more into this equation.
Right.
So they put everybody into stasis. And then it's the end of the series.
Right. And then the series ends with the nerdy guy staying out of stasis because his broke or something. But
he's got,
yeah.
He had like 2 hours to fix it. Otherwise, he'd run out of air because the ship's dying and busted. And
right. So like I said, I like the
I
idea.
Can't remember if did he make it?
I don't.
That's
the
like
cliffhanger, dear.
The one, the guy that you're supposed to comrade with, the 18-year-old guy playing WoW. He's the smart one, right. So he's like everybody else got into their pods and are sleeping.
Right.
But the one left that kind of works is broken, and he has to fix it in this limited time frame because if he doesn't, he's gonna run out of air.
Right. Okay. It's that's fine.
That's how it ended.
Yeah, that's how the whole series ended.
That's how the whole series ended.
Okay,
it's like they were gonna have another season and then it got chopped.
Yeah.
So
don't get me wrong.
Firefly.
Yeah. That's become a
we gotta let
classic.
Firefly go. We gotta let Firefly go. The reality of Firefly,
it's never going to come back.
Well, yes, it's never going to come back. And
unless
even
they make another movie.
That now with Josh Whedon being, super comic book, awesome movie maker, $1 billion movie director.
Probably won't.
Maybe they will.
Yeah.
It was his pet project.
Okay.
Firefly was his pet project. And it was Fox's fault because they did all this stuff. The problems with Firefly go a lot deeper than Fox because Fox just didn't know what the fuck to do with a show like this. They're like, okay, we gave Joss Whedon some money and holy shit, cowboys in space. Oh fuck, what do we do with this? Because you gotta also again look at the timeline. What was happening in Fox at that time? Reality TV, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So here now Joss Whedon shows up with a show about cowboys in space. Fuck, man. What the fuck we gonna do with this?
Cowboy Bebop didn't go over the first time. Why are we going to do it again?
Right. And so as much as like you the reality is the well's done. They could make another movie. Probably if they want to make another, they're gonna make the second Avengers movie. I guess they put out a trailer a week ago or something. Oh, camera just died. They put out a trailer like a week ago or whatever, and it's like it looks awesome.
They accidentally leaked it.
Yeah.
No, it's fully out on Universal. No, Marvel's YouTube and everything. So it's a thing. You can watch it, but
they've got 9 movies planned between now and
What?
the end of.
And
They got 9 movies planned between now and the end of 2019.
Yeah, Marvel does. It's gonna be.
I had a
crazy
friend
sauce.
ping me at work. I am me a Twitter from it, and it's like
She pinged IM'd you a Twitter.
Yes, he did.
And what other forms of Okay.
It's the IBM.
Anyway.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah,
It's the IBM.
It's the IBM thing.
It may-
But there was like the Black Panther and Thor and 2 Avenger movies and one I couldn't read that was
probably
towards the
another
end.
Iron Man.
Doctor Strange.
I'll be quite surprised.
Doctor
I don't
Strangelove?
think that there was. I don't think there was another Iron Man.
There's going to be another. The property is
There-
too.
I'm not
massive
going to say that
not
there
make one.
wasn't, but there was 9 movies.
I'll be very surprised if they don't make a Black Widow movie before too long.
It wasn't on the list.
I'd be.
See, what I want is more Harley Quinn.
You want more Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
I'll have something to give you before you leave then.
Oh?
You want to give him more Harley Quinn?
Yeah. I got stuff from Loot Crate that I'm not
Oh.
going to use that's got Harley Quinn on it, so you can have it.
Okay.
Just remind me before you leave.
Do you have a thing for clowns with
I used
weird
to.
hats?
That was a bit of a thing.
I think any prepubescent boy that grew up watching Batman the Animated Series had a thing for Harley Quinn. It's almost
I didn't
impossible.
have the Batman animated series, but a friend of mine had a poster that was nice.
Could you see that a little creepier, please?
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
I gotta
was-
take several showers in acid now. I'll be right back.
Showers and acid are what caused that series. What are you talking about?
I was going to say, wasn't that kind of where the Joker came from? And then you get Two-Face from that kind of too, right? From acid.
There's a lot of like acid in Batman, isn't there?
Yes, there.
There's a lot.
Well,
Yes,
I'd
there
say
was.
that
I'm sure there's some
Batman
acid from the
Forever's
Scarecrow as
gonna
well.
be
Yeah,
acid,
yeah.
but that's besides the point.
The what?
Batman Forever, the really bright, colorful one.
I thought that's what
That-
they were
Oh.
alluding to the whole
that
time.
somebody was on acid.
Who the hell directed that? Shit. I just looked at it today too,
Hold
because they're
on.
making a comic book series based on his interpretation of Batman.
Really?
Yeah,
on.
yeah, because there was another movie planned after Batman and Robin.
Okay.
There was a whole and after Schumacher directed it,
Okay.
and well, the whole movie is partly because they hired him, because that's the kind of director he is. If you watch any other of Schumacher's work, it's very colorful and like I'm surprised there wasn't people fucking dancing around and shit, because that's
Yeah.
the kind of movie that Schumacher makes. That's
are
So
right.
he makes Bollywood films.
pretty much with really gay overtones. Like
So he makes Bollywood
Hey,
films.
man, there was a fuck up like with YouTube 3 days ago. Like, yeah, I'm sure, but there was this in the Xbox version of it or whatever.
Okay.
So, because I watch YouTube on Xbox, and I was getting like Bollywood channels coming through. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Like trailers for Bollywood movies.
Some of that
It was
shit is
awesome.
great.
It was awesome. I was like, this is great because
Wasn't there one Indian movie that you wanted to watch about a guy that was jumping like a trailer with a horse and like sliding the horse under a trailer? Do you remember that?
It's Lamacha or Lamucho or something like that. Yeah, no, the guy. That's like a small snippet
Did
from
you watch
this
that?
mass. Yeah, I'll watch it again. I'll watch it a million times because it's awesome from beginning to end. It is so painfully obvious that the guy who's the actor of this is on so many pain meds. His eyes are bloodshot crazy, and he's not there.
It's the dust from the sand.
Yeah,
man.
not that much
Yeah.
dust. Not that much dust because it's crazy. The movie, like the one, I think everyone's seen the clip where the guy's riding a horse and he slides. He like gets the horse on its side and slides under a truck.
Mario Karts it around. Or?
No, he slides right between the wheels of a semi-truck bed on a horse. You've never seen this? We'll watch it in a minute. We'll watch it right after the show here. But that is like, I'm surprised you're having it because it's an internet thing. It was a huge meme thing maybe 5 years ago. That is like a tiny snippet from like a 10-minute chase sequence on a horse where he like rides through a plate store and just destroys everything. It's awesome.
I think I fell asleep during that
So,
one.
no, there's no way you could The movie is all action sequences.
You may
all
have,
action sequences.
I may have left the room then.
So speaking of action sequences, did you guys hear about the guy escaping from? Sorry, I'll let you finish your thing and then I'll go on mine.
I just have to say, if you enjoy horses sliding under trucks, the movie also contains jumping a tractor while other people try and attack you while they're on tractors. Yes, it is that awesome of a movie.
Farm kids around the world.
Oh
My God, I gotta see this.
This is me going so giddy, just thinking of it. It's so awesome. That movie's so great.
How was that again?
It's so good.
You just
I haven't
squeed
heard
with
you
joy.
guys.
I did. I really did just
Oh.
squee. I now understand Twilighters. Their passion for bland, uninteresting characters.
That sparkle in the sunlight.
Right.
I read the book series. I watched the movies. I own the movies. Is it my favorite type? My favorite movies? No.
But you don't understand, Shannon. The passion of stalking someone who does. And saying, I can't be with you. But I'll be with you in 2.5 more movies. Just be patient.
Yeah.
You can have my child, but it's going to kill you.
Yup.
Right.
And it did.
And if she'd only died. Sorry, I totally
Yeah.
Borgotted. Be good.
Anyways, you
You
were
were saying
saying
something, and then I totally like, no flying tractors, man. Jumping tractor.
No, horrible, cheesy chase scenes, stuff like that.
Right.
In the news, straight out of the news.
Straight from the news.
I'm going
Yeah.
to assume at this point the local news.
Yes, the local news here.
Okay.
A guy over in Norton Shores threatened his girlfriend and his wife,
Okay.
or sorry, his girlfriend and his mom with a knife and a sledgehammer,
Mom, I'm getting out of the basement.
and then tried to start the house on fire and failed at that.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
hopped on his scooter and there was a slow speed chase at 35 miles an hour
Take me alive.
for like 3 hours until he ran out of gas.
Awesome.
At which point he was still drunk enough to bury the.
I mean, you'd think they would just come up with a car. Like, don't police cars have those like ram bars or bumper things on the front? You could just be like, bump, and it'd be like, and then just handcuff him.
well,
He's already unconscious
then you
from the
run
impact.
Then you run the chance of squishing him, and then
That's true.
because he's on a scooter and it's going to go sideways because it doesn't balance by itself.
I just love the idea. Mom, I'm getting out of the basement. I'll make something of myself. You'll see, Mom. Get away from me. I got a sledgehammer. And it's like a little one. It's like one of those small sleds. It's not like a full one.
It's
So
like a ball peen hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's got like a butter knife. And then he's like, I light the house on fire. And then he like lights the house on fire, but it's like a tissue box on like a concrete floor. It's like, it doesn't work. I'm a failure. And then he leaves his basement because he's living in the basement. I guarantee.
He's got to be right.
And then he's like, I just didn't get out my back. You come instead. And then because he's a badass, remember, he's a badass. He goes through the ditch. And then he's like,
Oh, let's off the gas.
and then he gets in his cup holder for his Cooler's Light. And he's like, Cooler's Light. What do I do with my knife? I can just imagine the end of the chase. He's like, it's been 3 hours and I have to really peel out. I've been holding it in, but the cops are chasing me. This is chasing me. Oh no!
There's video on Facebook from some Quickie Mart where some guys got video of this scooter going by at 35 miles an hour
Just
with 6 cops
Yeah.
falling behind him one way, and then like a dozen other cops peel off one way in case he turns around the
Is it what
block.
starts doing tricks?
Well, in case he turns one way on the block instead of
Oh.
going straight.
Oh,
so
They
good.
could have boxed him in. They could have literally like built a box of cars and then slowed down and be like, I don't know what to do.
they could have done that, but instead,
But instead, 3 hours of God, when
Why
is
does that
gonna
not
run out of
surprise me
gas?
with the mentality of the
I
people
want.
before?
I bet you there's an archive somewhere of like the radio chatter from those cop cars. They're just like, we're still driving behind him down Main Street.
Won't he just fucking speed up?
He's doing 10 miles an hour, and then like hour 3, he's still doing 10. We're hoping that something.
We're going at a top speed of 27 miles an hour.
We're contemplating shooting him, but we might damage his sweet ride.
It's got a nice chrome finish on that plastic.
Oh.
So now the radio calls are just creepy. Oh yeah, that redness is awesome.
But look at that trim package. It's got a very nice trim package.
I like the way it wobbles around. Yeah. So, anyways, that's creepy.
He seems to wallow in the corners a little bit.
God. I mean, the whole thing's perfect, really. I mean, I'm glad no one got hurt. Maybe. I'm assuming he got hurt because after 3 hours I couldn't be a cop doing that because after 3 hours of like sitting in a cop car, I would be just, I'm going to run his fucking ass over. I'm just going to run him over. It's going to be fun. You know, they'd have to just right over the top.
All I've got to do is go up and nudge his back tire a little bit, and it's going to lock up. That's how gears work,
like,
right?
Yeah, I still would have gone box over. Just make a little box with cop cars and just slow down because the guy wouldn't know what to do. He'd just run into the back of the cop car. Just like,
and then now he's ruining public property. There you go.
Resisting arrest and destruction of public property. You fucking go down.
Yeah.
Not to mention lighting fires on concrete.
Attempted arson, attempted assault, running stoplights, running stop signs.
This guy's got like a hat on backwards and like a wife beater. I don't know if you can say that anymore. Wife beater tee, you know,
and a DUI.
and it's just sweaty. You know, it's just sweaty and stained with like barbecue sauce. He's got a hat on from the like, you know, I don't know, some baseball team, the Shit-taculars. I don't care. It's on sideways. I'm gonna be big in life. You'll see, Ma.
I'm gonna make something.
Oh yeah, the camera's. It's been pointed at me because I have a glorious face.
Oh, well, I thought that one was on.
It's been trying to be on, but I think the battery finally went. You know what? No, mein Lieben. Precisely. I need to buy the little battery adapter thingy, but I'm cheap. And
so how do we need to use that camera when you can only upload to YouTube at 1080p 30 FPS?
I don't know. I kind of use it like a webcam. So I feel
because it turns off.
The other one work better?
I kind of use it like a shitty webcam, okay? What other one? That one?
The Handycam.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that one turns off after 30 minutes too, so I could get webcams.
Yeah, but then
they just don't look as good.
The little Mobius cam that I have looks pretty badass. I can show you some of the videos that I've taken with it. They're boring.
Tell me more of your Mobius strips.
Mobius cam.
Mobius cam strips.
Yeah.
Stripping your Mobius.
I'll totally strip your Mobius.
That's just creepy. More booze will make it less creepy.
It curses upon itself.
Yeah.
Its left hand becomes its right. It's wonderful.
You're creeping my wife out.
I'm just trying to think of
he's
how
right.
does that actually
It's a Mobius strip. It's a twisted strip.
It's a loop, but it twists at one point.
It's got one side and one edge.
Right. Yeah.
In 3D space.
Yeah. There's a family, not Family Guy. There's
the American Dad.
No,
it was Family Guy. They did a race.
No, it's not Family Guy. It's the Futurama. There's
Futurama,
a Futurama
yes.
joke about it because they go on a Mobi's race strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they just drive.
Do they come back left-handed? Or?
They come back on the other side. It's stupid.
Yeah, I think that was where they actually went into the second dimension.
No,
it's the second dimension.
Instead of being
literally an
three-dimensional,
episode.
they
This
went
is
into
ridiculous.
The second dimension.
So they're from Flatlandia.
Yes.
Flatlandia.
Yes.
That sounds like a horrible show on NBC. Flatlandia.
Is that new reality TV?
I don't know.
Is that
Portlandia sounds like something.
It is, and it's freaking hilarious.
Mm.
I steal episodes occasionally on a torrenting site that I
You
frequent.
bastard, get out.
Yes.
No pirates in my house. Can't afford them. Their hats are ridiculously expensive.
No, we got a pimp hat though.
That's true, but their hats for pirates are, well, right now they're
Ridiculous.
at a bargain basement price. We could get all the pirate hats we want.
That's true because it's freaking
So
Halloween.
stock up now. We need 10 of them.
Yes. I'm going as Captain Jack
Well,
Sparrow. How
I
about
got-
you?
I got Tyler, Steve's head
Yes.
for Minecraft.
You got Steve Tyler's head?
Yes.
Both of them.
Whoa.
I'm like, woo!
the one takes up a lot more space than the other.
Guess which one? Anyways,
But it's like it's just it's a cardboard box,
it's awesome. I love it.
and it was $35.
Yeah, it's 30.
What?
Yeah,
For
it's a
cardboard-
Minecraft character head.
It's
$35
the guy that you play as. His name is Steve. So the
Right.
the
We got
person
the Steve box for like $10 in the middle of summer.
Right, but it's
For
not
my
Halloween.
nephew's
It's Halloween
birthday.
now, so
right,
everything-
but it's Halloween now.
right.
That's ridiculous.
Inflation. Blame it
So-
on Greece.
So I got I was gonna say, I went and got the kids Halloween costumes, and Tyler is gonna be Steve.
Right.
So I got him the head, and then I got him like a shirt that's the same color, like it's a lighter color teal than my shirt.
You can choose what color you want by default.
You
he's
couldn't
blue.
back in version 1. I hate myself.
Anyways.
You
already.
mean 0.1
Point something stupid
Yeah, the
beta.
original Steve. I'm like, so I got him that. So I'm like, okay, great. Which it was a little difficult because he's 14. He's like, I'm not gonna wear this to school, but his mom was
He's right
gonna
on that
take him
borderline.
of Halloween is
He's
stupid
14,
and
But
Halloween is
he's a sophomore in high school.
Does he not like candy?
That's true. But when I was a sophomore in high school, I wasn't going around trick or treating.
We were, but we weren't sober.
Well, that's not gonna anyways. So his sister, she wanted to be a genie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Like
dream of.
I dream of Genie.
Okay.
And I went to a Halloween store, and there was one costume,
Mm-hmm.
and it was honestly, it was probably a size too small, but it did fit her because all of our nephews and nieces are tiny.
Right.
But
They don't take after me.
yeah,
Or me.
no. But her mom was like, no midriff. So not
I'm good
only
for that.
did I have to get her the costume, which was $35,
Right.
but I had to get her a shirt to wear underneath it that kind of matched so that she's not showing off her midriff, so she can wear it to school because she's
Okay.
still, middle school aged.
Right.
So got the two older kids done as far as finding them costumes. And then the youngest, he's like, I want to be a turtle. But he does not want to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He wants to be a turtle
Because he likes turtles.
because he likes turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I do.
So
They're cool.
I kept
Gosh.
asking. I went to a couple places, and I'm like, okay, do you have turtle costumes that are not Teenage
You can
Mutant
just not put the bandana on. Because what's the,
the
difference between
costumes are all shirts that have the shells
TMNT
printed on
and all
them,
that.
and then they've got the bands already in there. So it's a thing that you can get a shirt and be Donatello or Raphael or Leonardo or Michelangelo.
Excuse me.
It's not they're a turtle and then you
Really?
add the
All I
color
need
bands.
is a shirt?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I always wanted to be a delinquent in the sewers of New York.
So we went to Walmart because I had to get the other two shirts, and I'm like, well, let's see what they have and see what we can come up with. Well, I ended up buying him a pair of basically green jeans
Mm-hmm.
and a long sleeved green shirt,
Right.
and I found a pillow for $6. It was brown.
Okay.
And mom,
So this paper mache conversation that we had last week or last time didn't.
We had a paper mache.
We made paper mache when I wanted to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle back in 6th or 7th grade.
Mhm, when it was the thing in
We-
the 90s.
Yeah, we
I was a ghost every year, okay? You know why? Sheet. It's all you need. Ghosts. You're done.
and
think
you
the-
get candy.
And you-
The last
Done.
time that I went trick or treating was we actually had a football game, and I was in high school. I was in the band, and I was able to get a hat to wear with the rest of my band uniform, and I went as a band geek because.
So in other words, you put no effort into it, and you just
and I'm like,
walked
and I got
around
a
town.
pillowcase. Can I have some candy
and people were like,
before the game?
"Aren't you
and
a little
then
old
went
for
marched
this?"
in the game, and then came home. Yeah. So yeah, no effort, but
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, let's end this show. It's 10
Yes.
o'clock. So we'll be back next week
Hey,
for more chaos and fun.
more chaos. I won't.
You won't.
and we didn't.
I will
you-
be in Chicago.
You'll be in Chicago.
I gotta travel for work.
I'll be
So-
very drunk that night then. Woo!
Oh shit.
That's okay. He's not driving.
Right.
That's very true.
Unless I go find me a scooter. Then it'll be fun. 3
Oh,
hours.
no.
Whee!
3 hours later, I just want to get to Taco Bell. That's 2 miles
It would
away.
freaking take about 3 hours to get there. Anyways. All right. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye, everybody. We can wave.